I don't want to lose my only son. Those were the words that my dad said to me that made me want to change. Those are the words that drove me past my limits, kept me focused, and carried on pushing through the hard times. This is my journey. As a kid, I was always active. I loved playing sports and was good at them as well. I loved all types of sports and I had a good natural ability. My main sports were football and dodgeball, where I'd learned to play in countless competitions and win. From young, I knew I was competitive and hated losing. I hated the feeling that someone was better than me, so I would drive to outsmart them or find other ways to beat them if I was at a disadvantage. Eventually, with age and technology increasing, I became more interested in other things. Online games. I neglected going out and doing sports to sit inside and play games for hours. It was a more easy time in my life, but I do regret them. My diet became a thing of concern, as it was mainly sugar and fat based. Subsequently, I started to gain weight, but didn't care. I was still relatively active, but nowhere near as much as I used to be. It was around this time that I had to move house. New area, new school, new people. I had to get up and leave the life that I had behind. I just found a school that was willing to accept me on such short notice. It was completely different to what I'd grown up in, and I wasn't fond of it. The people were weird. No one seemed to share my interests. Just an odd period of my life. I spent a total of 1 month there. I started settling, getting some friends, and become happier. Then, on the 11th of October 2016, the accident happened. Now, if you're squeamish, then I'd go to this timestamp because it gets a bit mad from here, I'm not gonna lie. You've been warned. In playing football for school, a less experienced person tried to tackle me. He didn't know what he was doing, he kind of just threw himself at my legs. I felt like a thick metal pole had just hit my legs as they bent backwards and snapped back into place. Obviously, I fell and started to shout and swear because the pain was the worst I'd ever felt in my life. I was then rushed to hospital. The doctors had to put 2 big casts around my legs to prevent me from doing any further damage. And I was stuck like that until the next day where I could do a scan. After finding out what the problem was, I was immediately booked for surgery. They said it would last around 45 minutes. So tell me why it lasted more than 4 hours. My parents were both worried, obviously, whether I'd have to get them amputated or anything of that nature. Luckily, the procedure was fine and I stayed in hospital recovering for the next week. But doctors did say I'd never be able to lift heavy weights on my legs. I was allowed back home. I was happy to be in a place of some familiarity. I couldn't do much, but it was a start. The next 3 months is where it went downhill. I couldn't walk around. Well, I couldn't walk. I felt sorry for myself. I was at my lowest point. Subconsciously, I started turning to food to help me feel better, and it wasn't healthy food either. I managed to go from roughly 12 stone to 19 stone in just 3 months. My self-confidence was gone, and I didn't like the person that looked me back in the mirror. I stayed around this weight for months. I wasn't happy with myself for letting it get to this point. My dad was the first one to notice. He took me aside one day to have an honest conversation about my life choices. I obviously don't remember the whole conversation, but this was a thing that stuck. I don't want to lose my only son. Hearing this, I knew I needed to make a change. I started my diet to cut out everything bad out of it. Then I started doing home workouts. I couldn't even do 1 push-up or 1 sit-up to start with, but didn't let that stop me. I started doing low intensity cardio twice a week and the weight slowly declined. I knew I was travelling in the right direction. Then, a blessing happened. One of my friends from my old school happened to move a total of 6 minutes away from me. He managed to convince his dad to come to the same school as me, and we became solid friends and would basically be inseparable throughout school. Both Sam and I made the decision to start going to the gym to get better physiques and become more healthy. We originally started at our school gym where we trained once a week, doing what we could in the hour that we had. It was fun, but we wanted more and to make better improvements. Sam's brother went to a proper gym frequently and encouraged him to go. Originally, we were both hesitant, but once we did our first session, everything changed. You could feel the energy, and even though there was some beasts in the room, everyone was friendly. During this time, I found that I was naturally strong. Yes, the size helped, but I was moving heavyweight for someone of my age. Soon, we started to take it more seriously and really focus on getting good form, going consistently, and following someone with an ideal physique. It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be, and I'm happy that I found my love for fitness. We made the hard decision to switch gyms after a year of being there, but this new gym was literally better in every single way, so it was a no-brainer. There was a lot more equipment, a lot less busy to start out with anyway, and a lot bigger. We made lots of progress in this gym, hit many PBs, had many fun times, and enjoyed it a lot more. Summertime of 2019, we decided to go to Body Power. This would be my first time going, but Sam and his brother, Kian, second. They were gassed, and rightfully so. When we got there, the energy was immense. The vibe was sick. The only way I can describe it is imagine being in a room with thousands of people that share your passions and interests, and everyone feeds off each other's energy. That was easily the best day of my life, hence why I made this montage. Coming off that, we decided that we wanted to try and do a shred to challenge ourselves. This was easily the hardest period of time that I've had in the gym, but the outcome was amazing for my first shred. We ended up doing 45 minutes of high intensity continuous cardio every single day for the last 2 weeks of the program, and sometimes it was fasted. But after it all, I ended up with good results that I was proud of. There were areas of improvement, but that's what this next year was for. Unfortunately, the next year didn't go as successfully as I wanted to though. I wouldn't let my diet slip. I gained weight fast by doing a dirty bulk. I did get stronger, but at the cost of keeping a good physique, and I do regret that. I hit a lot of PBs in this time though. My bench is 130 kg and my deadlift is 190 kg. Not huge numbers, but respectable for a 17-year-old I feel. I plan to become leaner for the rest of the year and maintain that until the next shred. At the time I'm making this, we are mid-pandemic, so gyms are closed and it's peak for me. I'm still recording a few things here and there and getting a few ideas down for the future. I know that my journey so far isn't much, but I feel like it's good to know where I'm coming from. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I encourage you to give me feedback in the comment section below. Hope you enjoy my future content and the growth and development of this channel. Thanks for watching. Bow.